What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Now, my apologies because I'm at the airport right now, so if you hear some loud noise, it's probably some plane flying back behind me, so I'm pretty sorry for that. I will pre-apologize in case you hear such a loud noise. So today I want to talk about Amazing Lucas. Amazing Lucas is a conservative YouTuber. Lucas, about 6 months, 7 months ago, Lucas is somebody who stood down. He's somebody who tends to give you a neutral perspective about everything, kind of like what I try to do, right? But in recent times, all the Amazing Lucas have been doing is pointing out the flaws or what's bad about people who are right-wingers or people who are conservatives. He's just been doing the same thing over and over about everybody. And his latest target was Gina Carano. Now, everybody knows that the Gina Carano story is really floating about everywhere, and he decided to give you a different spin to what he thought about Gina Carano. So the basic gist, excuse me, the noise, sorry about that, but the basic gist about the Gina Carano news was the fact that she was fired because of her conservative views. Although mainstream media is saying that Disney, they're covering for Disney, of course, saying that they fired her for an anti-Semitic post that she put on Instagram that she has since deleted. Now, Amazing Lucas is actually backing up that very narrative that's the reason why she was fired, and that Disney had been very, very patient with Gina Carano over the past couple of months, because Gina Carano had posted things like talking about the election fraud, you know, which she really didn't. She was just talking about how hard done people feel and what can be done to actually change that, you know, what can be done to improve the electoral system so that people can feel better about the electoral system. And last I checked, the electoral system was being conducted, the process was being conducted by both Democrats and Republicans, right? They're both in charge of that, excuse me, right? But still, that didn't stop him from attacking her, saying that that was wrong and that Disney was patient with her, that Disney did not fire her for making that post. She also made another post about, you know, people wearing masks and laughing at them, like a guy putting on 3 masks. And she said, meanwhile, in California, she also talked about people putting masks over their faces, saying, Democratic government, excuse me, there's just a lot of flies here, right? So she was saying Democratic government wants people to wear a mask over their eyes so that they can see what's happening. Is this far from the truth? This is not far from the truth. We've seen people like CNN, right, that supports the Democrats at all costs, every nook and cranny, trying to get rid of every other person so that you don't hear the truth. Whether Newsmax is telling you the truth or not, they're giving you a different perspective to the news. Whether Fox News is telling the truth or not, they're giving you a different perspective to theirs. How do we even know if they're the ones telling the truth or not? You need to look at both sides, and then you make up your own mind as to what you want to believe is the truth, or if you can get facts. But they want to get rid of every competition, and not just them, they want to get rid of YouTubers as well. So I think at the moment right now, people like Lucas are just following the bandwagon. They don't want to get sidelined and say, oh, you're an alt-right person, we need to get rid of you, because a lot of people are being censored. And Lucas in the past was censored himself, but they've removed the censorship over him, because since a couple of months ago, the guy has made it a point of call to actually be calling out right-wingers. Sorry about that. Has been making it a point of call to call out right-wingers, and that's all he does. Being a conservative, but he's calling out other conservatives. Now, sometimes he's right, don't get me wrong, I still watch him. Sometimes he's right, but not all the time. And calling out Gina Carano, I don't really support that. That's the reality of it. Because what he's saying, that Disney was patient with Gina Carano, and then this was the straw that broke the camel's back, and that she must have violated some of their guidelines or rules, or, you know, their contract in one way or another, is an absolute lie. The reality of it is that they are talent. Disney hires talent. Disney has never declared that they are an alt-left or totally leftist company, though we know that's what they are, right? But they hire talents, whether you're left, whether you're right, it doesn't matter. They hire you if you have the talent. And that's why she went there. Now she's got a voice, she's got a platform, she's still got to stay true to herself. If she didn't, people like Lucas would be saying she's fake, she's phony. But she's too true to herself, and people like Lucas are saying she's not smart, right, at the end of the day. And he also made reference to the idea that people that were supporting Gina are trying to call for firing of Pedro Pascal, or they're playing whataboutism. And, you know, his response to that was, why do people play whataboutism? And that whataboutism is like you speeding and a police officer pulls you over and says they're going to give you a ticket. And then you say, but there are other 2 or 3 other cars that were speeding and you didn't pull them over. And he says, but it's you that got caught. He usually uses this reference when he wants to talk about whataboutism and beats whataboutism to the side. But reality of it is this is not the case when it comes to this Gina Carano versus maybe Pedro Pascal situation. The real case would be like this. My analogy for the situation would be 2 people have been caught speeding. They refuse to pay the fine and they've been subpoenaed to go to the court. At the court, they meet with the judge. And the judge has a bias towards one person and says, you, I will let you go with a warning. But you, not even a warning. I will let you go. I will ignore you. You can go about speeding as you like. But you, I'm going to fine you $1,500. You're going to spend 2 weeks in jail. And also you're going to spend 200 hours doing community service, which is what they did to Gina Carano. That is the actual analogy that you should be using right now. Not saying somebody got caught, because both of them got caught doing the same thing. Now, if you're talking about also, he said it must have been in their contract that she can't do these things. Well, if their contract allows people like Mark Ruffalo to continue to refer to people that are right-wing as neo-Nazis consistently, it allows Christian Ariel, or something like that, that's her name I think, to continue to call white people racist or imply that white people are racist in all of her tweets, majority of her tweets, right? And they said they support her. If it allows them to do that, why doesn't it allow Gina Carano to post some harmless posts? Because it's all right, you know? It's because it's alt-right. So basically, they're hypocrites. He's been a hypocrite himself because at this case, Gina Carano has done nothing wrong. Now he's talking about working smart. The Gina Carano could have shut up and get the money from Disney and actually donate those money into alt-right movements or alt-right, you know, whatever, like, you know, Breitbart or PragerU or what have you. That would be the smart thing to do. But the reality is that that's just going through like a wide gate. Hey, Lucas, one more thing before I forget. Remember what the Bible says about the road that is wide and the narrow gate? Well, Gina Carano decided to take through the narrow gate. And this is what the Bible says in Matthew 7:13. Just a small reminder to you that enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Think about it. At the end of the day, they're going to get at you whether you like it or not, right? It's only a matter of time. Once they know who you are, they're going to pressure until Disney bends a knee to these people. Now, the biggest problem I'm having, especially with him, is the fact that he's asking to bend the knee to people, to the mob, who actually are not the real people that should be offended. Twitter mob are always offended about everything. They're offended for transgender people. The people that are saying they're offended on the Twitter, these leftists, they're not transgender. Majority of them that get offended and call people racist are not blacks, right? They are not the ones that are being offended. They get offended on behalf of people, right? They are the same ones that will tell black people that you're a victim, whether you like it or not. And it seems like Lucas has switched from being a conservative into becoming a liberal leftist without even knowing, but still claiming that he's a conservative. It's more or less like Ana Navarro of The View. They're the same thing, and that's what I see. And I just wanted to gather my thoughts, have a share about this with you guys, let you guys know what you think. You can find him online, the amazing Lucas. See some of his videos and let me know what you think in that comment section below. You know, seriously, because we need to be talking more about the truth. We need to stand for the truth. And, you know, the truth shall set you free, as they say. And Gina Carano, in the statement that she released that she's now working with Daily Wire on her own movie and producing her own movie, is a dream come true, as she said, and that her voice is freer. And that's the reality, guys. The truth will set you free. These are my thoughts, and you let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think that Gina Carano should have been smarter? Gina Carano should have bent a knee when they asked her to bend a knee so that she can continue to do this? Or do you think it was right for her to stand up to the Twitter mob, to stand up to cancel culture, and to stand up to Disney? And Disney is somewhat paying for it right now, because their stock, even though it's gone up 28%, since the Gina Carano situation, just one person has made their stock go down by 2%. Now, I'm not saying that the cancel Disney Plus, I'm not supporting cancel culture, and I'm not saying that the cancel Disney Plus is going to be the end of Disney, but at least it will make them feel such a pain that they would think twice or three times about trying to cancel somebody just because the Twitter mob wants them to cancel that person. And that's how it starts. And I also want to credit Daily Wire for starting a different culture for the alt-right people as well, and people who want to be free, right? Speak freely. It doesn't matter if you're right or left. This is the way to do it. This is the way to create competition and bring people together. But anyway, I don't want to keep rambling and ranting. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I would massively appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank God that no plane has flown by to disturb this video one way or another. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be catching you guys real soon on the next video. Take care, peace, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.